Okay, a few things to point out. First, sorry that this review is late. Second, I got a life, and sometimes I need a day off or two to get my brain back in gear. So if anyone wondering why this review is late, I'm sorry. I have a life myself, but yeah, sometimes even I need a day off or two. But when it comes to this, I can't. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's continue. I'm Mega Man NG, and I welcome you to our mid-season finale review for Power Rangers Dino Fury Season 1. Seriously, what is going through Nickelodeon's head with this garbage? Anyway, let's talk about Episode 8, Unexpected Guest. I'm just gonna cut to the chase and say, this episode is awesome and is one of the best of the entire season. Until that changes. Anyway, I'll provide a synopsis and some details. And there is a lot. Let us begin. The Rangers take down another Sporix as they celebrate their victory. However, a wolf-like Sporix unleashes its howl, forcing the Rangers to escape the Megazord. As this unfolds, a bird shows up, only for it to turn into Mick Kanic. Mick tells the Rangers that he's after the Nexus Prism, but unfortunately, it even gets Void Knight's attention. Now it's a fight for the prison, but who will get to it first? Will it be the Rangers? Or will it be Void Knight's forces? Yeah, not much of a summary because this review's late, but I don't really give a hoot nanny. Anyway, this is a new episode, new review. Sadly, this will be the last review of Dino Fury for a while since the show is now going to be in hiatus until September. Why? Because of Nickelodeon's idiocy with their business practices, as you can guess why. I won't talk about it here for clarity's sake, but if you've seen my Rise of the TMNT reviews and my Beast Morphers episode reviews, then you will know. Anyway, this episode is outright awesome as it links up with a character from Power Rangers Ninja Steel, Mick Kanic, played by the ever-awesome Kelson Henderson. Kelson Henderson is a veteran of Power Rangers, having appeared in many series, with one of my all-time favorites being Power Rangers SPD, playing as Boom, a strong secondary character that actually was, well, an Orange Ranger. That I got no problem with. The plot has Mick seeking the Rangers' help in finding the Nexus Prism, an item that was of major importance in Power Rangers Ninja Steel. But it's here that we actually get some backstory related to the Nexus Prism itself. And it's crazy. Before I continue, let me say this right here. I've never seen Power Rangers Ninja Steel. It was during a time where I was pretty much done with Power Rangers after Power Rangers Megaforce and Super Megaforce soured me out. I've mentioned this already in my Beast Morphers review and whatnot, but basically after Megaforce and Super Megaforce, I was just done with the franchise completely. I really was done with it, and since then I moved on to Super Sentai, where I've been that way since. It took me about 4 years or so for me to return back to Power Rangers with Beast Morphers. Not only that, but Ninja Steel and its super follow-up were the last of the Neo Saban era before Hasbro, which was Bandai's biggest toy rival, bought the franchise from Saban in 2018. In turn, Saban brands would then go under, and Bandai would be kicked out of the Power Rangers franchise, leading Hasbro to pretty much take control of not only the franchise, but also the toy marketing. And I will say that Hasbro has done a good job. If only they would allow Toei and Shout Factory to continue making Sentai DVDs. At least hopefully I'll be able to legally get my hands on Kamen Rider 01, so there's that. Speaking of Ninja Steel, I got something that really bugs me. This is a bit off topic, but what was Saban thinking in skipping Tokyuger? I understand they wanted to skip Goat Busters for Kyoryuger because Goat Busters didn't do well. Nowadays, people appreciate it because of Beast Morphers. And then they skipped Tokyuger for Ninja. Thing is, Ninja was not that good. Mostly because the Rangers, especially the Red Ranger, was an outright annoyance. Saban's reasoning for skipping Tokyuger was also a bit baffling, stating that the train gimmick felt very Fisher-Price. And had things continued under Saban, they would have skipped Zyuohger 2 as well, in favor of Kyuranger. That would have been interesting, but they would have skipped Zyuohger for because they already had a nature gimmick in Wild Force, like the animal gimmick. But it was a nature gimmick and the morphers were like Rubik's Cubes, and I guess Saban wouldn't see it that way. Yeah, not to sound disrespectful, but no offense, but Haim Saban can be pretty stupid. I can make a separate video talking about it, but still. You know what? Maybe I should, because any Sentai season can be adapted, right? The only problem is that sometimes they don't want to take the chance. Why do you think Hasbro decided to skip 4 Sentai seasons just to reach Dino Fury, just to play catch-up? Even that's doubtful. And considering with the rumors, I don't know. Back on topic, the backstory involving the Nexus Prism involves the Morphin Masters. I'm not really that surprised, to be honest. Basically, the Morphin Masters are pretty much responsible for creating various artifacts that would help many Ranger teams over the years. This means basically these guys are responsible for creating a lot of stuff, like the Power Morphers in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Zeo Crystal, the Turbo Powers, the Dino Gems, the Dino Energems, and even the Nexus Prism, which is the main focus. The Nexus Prism would then be sent out to Earth, basically an alternate Earth probably, granting the Ninja Steel Rangers their powers to fight against Galvanax. Once their job was finished, it left Earth while the Masters continued seeing many Ranger teams fight against evil, including the Beast Morpher Rangers, which they actually showed footage of the last episode, which literally made me cry. Literally made me feel emotional because it was just an intense way of not only closing out Beast Morphers, but RPM, and the Dino Fury Rangers. This pretty much confirms that there's a multiverse, and I like it. Mostly because of the fact of the Boom Power Rangers comics and the event Shattered Grid, which pretty much had the morphing grid separate all the Ranger teams from Lord Draken, which confirms that there is in fact a Power Rangers multiverse. And I like it. But it's then they learn that the Prism returned to Earth for a new mission, but thing is, they don't even know why. All of this is big. And thing is, this is just episode 8 of season 1. I don't mind an info dump, but I didn't think they would do something like this. Honestly, I'm okay with it, since this gets me more intrigued, but at the same time, it's just unexpected. Oh, and this episode has 2 debuts. That's right, 2. First being the Dino Fury Blade Formation, which happens at the beginning of the episode with absolutely no explanation whatsoever. None. Later on, the Rangers brought out the big guns with the Dino Fury Warrior Formation. Basically, Warrior Formation is just the Red Ranger Zord in Warrior mode, combined with the other 4 Zords as bits and pieces to become a proper Megazord. And honestly, I love it. I love the Warrior Formation and how awesome it is, and it makes me wish why couldn't they have that from the start. I know it's Sentai footage. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but since it's just adapting a Sentai, I'm okay with it. Plus, it helps since they do take down Boomtower. My final thoughts on Boomtower, he wasn't that interesting. He was just some grunt with his own motivations and gets killed off so soon. He was just like a grunt obeying Void Knight. That's all there is. But if there's anything to go by, this episode also brings us another shocker. Void Knight's reasons for wanting the Sporix to begin with. To save his lover, Soliana. It reminds me of Mr. Freeze with his motivations of saving his wife, hence why he had to do evil things just to save someone he cared for. I wonder if there is someone underneath that mask. Hopefully, once the series returns, we will find out soon enough. Overall, this episode was very good, but there's so much to go by here that it's insane. It's better you watch it for yourself. But it makes it better because we got plenty of action, plenty of exposition, awesome Megazord fights, and connections to previous series. This, I feel honestly, is one of the best episodes of the season. I give it without a doubt a perfect 10. Need I say more? Watch it for yourself. Trust me, there's so much that happens in 22 minutes that it's not funny. And I'm at least pretty pleased that the pacing for it is pretty solid. New episodes will hopefully come by, but if there is anything to go by regarding with Beast Morpher Season 1 and 2, New Zealand will probably get the episodes before we in America do. When that happens, expect episode reviews, because honestly, screw Nickelodeon, their executives, and their stupid hiatuses for the sake of promoting their summer stuff and their worldwide day of play garbage. We honestly do not in any way, shape, or form need that. Is it any wonder why I boycotted Nickelodeon? I stopped supporting them after what they did to Rise? Yeah, there's that. Anyway, that's it for this episode review. I do like to apologize that this is late, but I want to mention something right now. I got a life. I got my own things to enjoy, and I don't want to end up doing stuff 24/7. Sometimes I need a day off. Sometimes I need more. I need time to get myself away. And if you feel bummed by it, then I'm sorry. Even a creator like myself needs time to recharge because no one wants to go into burnout. So yeah, that's it for this Dino Fury review. If it's not to your liking, I'm sorry. If you saw the episode, tell me what you think. Or rather, don't. Just tell me in the comments. I look forward to hearing from you. If you enjoy it, please be sure to hit the like button. It means a lot to me. Do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I cannot stress this enough. I will see you next time for more. This is Mega Man NG signing off. Peace out. Ryu, so cool!